you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am excited for you to be here, but at the same time I really actually wish you didn't have to watch this video and were like some of my wonderful friends that just say, I'm pregnant, and that was that. That would be amazing. So first off, I just want to say I am here for you. I am rooting for you. The fact that you are watching this is just one step closer to hopefully conceiving as quickly and hopefully right in the perfect timing that you and your family are ready to add another little baby to your family. If you guys don't know a little backstory about us, we have a family vlog channel where we have shared a lot, like probably a little bit too much about ourselves, but we share a lot, and we just got an overwhelming amount of responses from you guys of thank you for sharing. I finally don't feel alone. And I know exactly how that feels because when my husband and I first got diagnosed with infertility, or even before that when we were trying and it was taking month after month after month, I felt like there was no one around me that was struggling with what we were struggling with. So we shared a lot on our blog to help encourage you guys, to let you guys know that you are not alone. Hopefully this little tips and tricks and just a little guide to looking and reading these will be extra helpful today, and I hope you come back in a month and say, Alex, this was the best video I ever watched. So these are just cheap little ovulation predictor kits that I bought on Amazon. I usually look around and try to find which brand has the absolute cheapest at the time that I am buying them, and I get a stack about this big. Yes, there's probably 50, sometimes I'll buy 100. Yeah, there's a lot. So these ovulation predictor kits are meant to tell you when you have an LH surge. That's your luteinizing hormone. It is the hormone that is released and your body is about to ovulate. That is one thing to know. This little test doesn't tell you you've ovulated. It tells you the hormone is now released and you are about to ovulate. These cheap prediction kits, I love them. I have used them probably more than almost everybody I know, and so I know how to read them very well. And I didn't want to be spending $10 a kit or a dip every time I wanted to see if I had ovulated or not. And so I know those smiley face ones sometimes can make us feel better, and if that's what you need, that's awesome. I just personally didn't have the finances at the time to check month after month after month to see if I got a smiley face. So instead, I got really good at reading these. So let's get into it. So I first will open it up, and they're a little bit more work in the sense where you need to be able to dip them. You can't pee directly on them. If you figure out a way to pee on this little tip without, I think you would have to be very talented. I bet you could. I bet you someone could figure it out. But instead, what you're gonna do is just get a cup and just fill it up with a little bit of pee, and you're gonna dip it in to the line. So I'm gonna show you this process with me dipping it into water so we can all watch it, but we don't have to watch my pee while we are testing it out. So you will fill it up to the line, hold it for a few seconds. I think what it tells you is to hold it in for 3 seconds, but I usually will start watching the liquid kind of start absorbing up the pad, and then I'll just take it out. But it's usually right around 3 seconds. And I will lay it flat, and then I can look at the results in about 5 minutes. So just like any pregnancy test, you're looking for 2 lines. I have to say, when you are struggling to conceive, or you are really, really wanting to conceive, seeing 2 lines on a test, even though you know you are not pregnant, it is really exciting. I have to, even now, you guys, we have been through 3+ IUIs, 1 IVF egg retrieval. We have been through 4 transfers. So we've been through a lot. What is different with the ovulation predictor kit and a pregnancy test is that 2 lines on a pregnancy test, no matter what it looks like, you've got a positive. The ovulation test is not the same. You can actually see the gradual process until you get a true positive. But Alex, you ask, what is a true positive? Yes, I'm so glad that you came. I'm so glad you asked, and I will tell you right now. So there are 2 lines. There is a, do you want me to keep holding this? It's dry. There are two lines. There is one that is the control line, and there is one that is going to change color depending on how much LH surge it picks up. If on your side of the line you are getting a light line, it is not yet positive. If this line and this line are the same color, the same, you actually got positive. If this line is almost as dark as the control line, you do not have a positive. If this line is darker than the control line, you've got yourself a very strong positive. And it doesn't matter if it gets darker or if it's the same. Once you got your positive, that's awesome. But wait a minute. Yes, I am about to throw a wrench into this whole predictor kit. PCOS is a condition that a lot of women struggle with. It is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it means your ovaries are very excited to make a lot of follicles. And the follicles are all of those little sacs that are getting ready to mature and let that egg grow bigger and release every month. So there's a bunch of them that are kind of competing against each other of which egg is going to release this month, or maybe two on a good month. Now, when you have PCOS, you can get false readings with ovulation predictor kits. That is not what you probably wanted to hear, but yes, you can get false readings. And I want to encourage you that maybe you've been missing it. And I want to encourage you that maybe these tests, even with PCOS, can help you figure out what is going on, and you can bring that information to your doctor. That is one of the biggest reasons I am a huge fan of paying 30 cents about a prediction kit versus a few dollars. Is it $10? It's a lot. It's a lot for those big expensive tests. So let's say you are getting your lines and your line gets almost as dark, but it doesn't quite get as dark as the control line, and it goes away. You think maybe it was positive and you stop taking them. Well, if you even think that you might have PCOS, I would encourage you to keep taking tests, because you can actually get a double surge through your month where your body tries to surge and it didn't release that egg. And then it might try to surge again, and then you will actually release. It's wild. I think even once I had a double surge where I almost got a positive and I thought that was weird, and it kind of went away and then it came back again. I would encourage you to try it. Try to see what's going on with your body. Start getting to know what is going on with your body. Okay, so what time of day should we be taking these, you ask? I am so glad you asked. So there are a couple of different ways to do this. Let's say that you ovulate around day 14. Around day 10, maybe I'll be starting to take them every day. When I'm starting to see the line change, or I feel like it's getting closer, I will change it to twice a day. To 2 super affordable ovulation predictor kits, and I am happy as a clam in high tide to take 2. But the best time of day is actually to do it at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Not first thing in the morning, like a pregnancy test. And I will do them in the evening because sometimes at 2 o'clock I'm running around. And so if it's later in the day, that's fine. So when you are checking twice a day, you're going to get a better idea of what's going on. You can actually see, oh my gosh, I thought it was almost positive at 10 a.m. and then at 2 p.m. you see, oh, it is actually, truly, strongly, absolutely, without a doubt positive. And for me, when I get a positive, I keep checking just a little bit longer to see how long my surge is going. Is it for 24 hours? Is it for just a couple hours? If it's for a long time, you know you probably won't miss it. If you only had a couple hours where you got a positive, you want to be on top of it every month to make sure you're not going to want to miss it. So when should we do the deed? That is a great question. I say all the time. But when you're trying to conceive, if you have a male factor part of an infertility, like my husband and I do, we have to be careful where you don't want to be having sex every single day. You want to give at least 36 hours to kind of reaccumulate before you try to conceive again. Now, if your husband has gotten checked out or you don't know, by all means, every 24 hours. If you even want to be extra credit, you can go every 12 hours. Why not, right? Why not? But what's nice to know about your body is that you ovulate after this positive. So we got this positive, and you could ovulate anywhere between 12 hours to 48 hours after you got your surge. So how do you know when to perfectly try? Let's say we're trying to be perfectionists here and we want to be perfect. It usually says around 24 to 36 hours after you get a positive to try to aim for around that time frame, at least for now. If you end up going to a doctor like I have, I'm closer to the 36 hours to 48 hours, and I learned that through going through ultrasounds, but hopefully you will not have to do an ultrasound and you can just guess for a little while. So let's logically think about this. I would say your best bet is, let's say you get a positive and you are both available, I would say best is to try right then and there. So that way the swimmers are there when your egg releases. And then again, 24 or 36 hours after, and then give yourself a good extra credit. And after 48 hours, make sure you get that one more in to make sure we have given ourselves the best chance possible. And let's be honest, let's all just laugh for like 2 seconds, because I know that this can be stressful. And I know doing this is stressful, and putting a pillow under your hips is stressful, and all the things that you wish it didn't have to be. So let's laugh. Let's give ourselves a little humor, let's smile, let's hug our spouses and giggle a little bit with what's going on, because we don't want to stress too much to try to conceive either. I can't tell you how many times people have told me, Alex, just relax and you will get pregnant. Scientifically, that is not the case, but I know a lot of people will conceive while they're on vacation. I understand the idea behind that. But I'd say humor and laughter is just helpful for all things, for our whole body, and so if you can do that right now, I would encourage you, go ahead. There is a phone ringing. Grammy, does she not know that we are trying to chit-chat here? Should we listen to her conversation? Oh, I am sweating. If you guys are as worked up as I am, leave it in the comments below if we have comments over here. If not, you can go over to my Instagram, and I'd love to chit chat and talk with you over there. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like some more videos about infertility, conceiving, healthy living, anything else, just go ahead and let me know, and I'd love to make some more content for you guys. I'm excited for you, and I hope that this is the last video that you watch before you get your positive pregnancy test. So, you get an ovulation test, and you get an ovulation test, and you get an ovulation test. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I know you will always be the